Good day, everyone. It's time for our advice of the week. And as I mentioned before, we are doing this in between our market updates. So, 2 weeks ago, we just answered the question coming from our subscriber. But this time around, the question is a little bit different because the person is actually seeking an advice. So, let's call him by the name of JM. And this is his question. How can we manage our ballooning credit card debt? So by we, he's actually referring to him and his wife because they just recently got married. So definitely this is their financial concern at the moment, and I have prepared a set of advice for you, JM, to consider. Number one, ask for settlement options. So you can actually call your credit card company and ask for other settlement options other than just paying the minimum that payment of your outstanding balance. So one thing that you have to consider when it comes to credit card is the amount of interest rate being charged on your outstanding debt. So they call this finance charge. Okay. So previously, the finance charge is about 3%, which if you're going to annualize it, that will come out to about 42%. But with 2% current finance charge, that is even better right now at 26%. But still, 26% is a tall order, okay? Because at 26%, you will actually double, your money if you're investing within 3 years' time, okay? So just imagine if that will be the finance charge, that will have the same effect on your outstanding balance. So try to explore, with your credit card company, other options than what you have as usual. Number two is definitely a common thing to do that you can pay as much as you can pay beyond what is being asked of you to pay as a minimum. Because when you pay the minimum, still a big chunk of that minimum payment, goes to the interest rate or the finance charge. So by paying more than the minimum, you're actually eating up to the outstanding balance wherein over time you'll be able to pay it off. But there are other means that you can actually, explore. That's the next point. You can consider a balance transfer. But in this case, you will be needing a second credit card, and the second credit card should be, of course, from another company is willing to take on your existing balance from the other credit card company, and definitely they are charging less. So sometimes you get this offer from the people, within the malls, and they say if you have a credit card, and then they are willing right away. They will say that they can actually take out your balance from another credit card company if you will apply with them. Just make sure you are not paying any outright annual fee, because then again, that's an additional burden. So in my experience, when the finance charge was still at 3%, I never paid, the minimum balance due. If there is some difficulty that I have encountered paying for the whole amount, because I normally pay the whole amount, I resort to balance transfer. So definitely I have two more other credit cards wherein I can do balance transfer. And I've experienced that somehow the interest rate then, because I have not done balance transfer quite recently, was at about 13 or 15%. And you'll be able to choose the amount of time that you'll be able to pay off your debt. So in that case, you are already saving, a lot of money, by doing the balance transfer. Number four is, of course, to be able to understand, the root cause of your problem. And that is actually overspending. Let's face it. So I think much of your expenses would have been attributed to your recent wedding. So, but then that is water under the bridge already. So this time around, moving forward, you might want to be more conscious about your cash flow, your income, and your expenses. Your expenses can be further trimmed, that you can do, but definitely you cannot eradicate that. But what is largely open will be the idea of how you can augment your income. There will be a lot of income generating ideas. Okay? These we can explore, if you are willing to sit down with me, with your wife, and we can actually do some brainstorming, and the session will be free for you. Number 5, suspend the use of credit card. Like, uh, if that is the problem, get rid of the problem, as they say. But then, of course, that's going to be difficult, because then you might lose some credit points when you are getting the second credit card. So, but then, if worst comes to worst, this is actually the 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 option, left for you. Okay. If not, okay, then you can actually consider lowering your credit limit. Call your credit card company and ask for a lower credit limit. The amount of money that you're willing to spend and be able to pay off right away in full. Because if you are not able to pay the full amount of what you spend on a monthly basis, that would add on, to the principal. And again, the finance charge will also be, added up. Okay. So definitely, moving forward, what you're spending with your credit card must be paid off in full. Okay. So that once you have a lower credit limit, then once you're using your credit card and it reaches the credit limit, the alarm will sound off, because the merchant will decline your credit card. Okay. Number 7, source out cheaper loans. So because definitely, like I said, current your finance charge about 26% per annum. So you might want to take out other loans, say from Pag-ibig or SSS or GSIS, which is actually charging less. I believe SSS is charging less than 5% for a salary loan that you will pay off for maybe the next 2 years. So that is already something significant, savings for you. Although the amount of load is quite limited. You can also explore Pag-ibig if you're a member, or other institutions for that matter, that would give you, you know, lower uh, interest rate charge, lower than 26% will already be good. Number 8, ask for help. If you can muster some strength to go to your friends or relatives who might have idle money with the bank, so you can actually propose, that instead of their money, idle in the bank earning 2 or 3%, you might want to offer double or triple that amount of interest rate, as a way to help you. And that's going to be a win-win thing, because instead of you giving the interest, payments, to the credit card company, someone might be willing to take that on, for you. And that's going to be a good arrangement. Just make sure that, of course, you have to be religious in paying, your promise, to them. Okay. So that's all that I thought of for now. But like I said, if you're willing to sit down with me, definitely we'll be able to explore a lot more things. So thank you, JM, for your question. And again, for our viewers, we just addressed an advisory concern from JM, and this video is going to be posted in our page, the Fast Exchange, and continue to like and open your notifications so that you'll be able to see our latest post. Um, you can we do market updates, we address question, and we just gave an advice, and later on we can discuss a financial concept that I would like to share with you, so that you will be enlightened by these jargons. For a full series of financial personal finance inputs, much of my videos during my last show, Money Mondays, are all posted in my Facebook page as well. For comments, suggestions, query, and advisory, you can write to me, rikiso at thefastexchange.com. Marami pong salamat at mabuhay.